The law of money. That's right. Money has its own law. And if you can understand this law and if you can use it, imagine the significant changes it could bring in your life. More abundance, right? A little more wealth, prosperity. So we have to know how it works. So consider this. Everything has a law. A law is a set of instructions or codes that the universe put into play to make everything work. Everything you see around you working in perfect harmony, there's laws behind it. For example, our universe, we have 4 laws. We have the law, we have number 1, electromagnetic law, the electromagnetic spectrum. Number 2, the law of gravity. Number 3, the weak force, the weak nuclear force. And number 4, the strong nuclear force. These 4 laws, what they basically do, without these laws, nothing can exist. You and I can't exist. The universe can't exist. These laws are what binds and creates everything to move in motion. So as you can see, understanding laws are powerful, right? Because if you understand the 4 universal laws, you can actually use it to manipulate, right? To get kind of a cheat code on reality, to see how things work. Because once you understand how something works, it gives you power. It gives you freedom, because now you can take that thing and use it in a way that will benefit you. And money is no different. So we hear all the time, money law. Many of us have read the book Think and Grow Rich, right? And we all hear about how money works and everything of that sort. But I want to share with you a radical perspective or perception on the law of money that I have been using in my reality, and I see the changes, and I want to share it with you. And there's the evidence behind it, and how it works with these other laws is quite profound. So let's get into the law of money. All right, so the first thing we have to understand is that money is a human construct. It was something created by us. So that's the first thing we have to understand. Okay, so money is a human construct. What else? Money was designed for exchange of value or goods and services. I want you to keep that in mind. That was the main purpose when we create money, was for me to say, hey, here's my spice, you give me your spice. We trade. I have this is more valuable than whatever you're more valuable. So it's always about what I have to offer you and what you have to offer me for value. See where I'm going here? So it's the value. Value for me and for you is different. My value, my perception, and your value. Everything is worth something depending on the observer according to his value. You can go to an art museum and you can put a piece of painting and just draw one line to it. And according to the creator, it could sell for $2 million or $1 based on the value you give it. The value is in you. So that's a concept we have to understand. And here's the next thing about money now. Money, just like all the other laws now, even though we created it, it came from what? An invisible force first. It has to come through one of those 4 fundamental forces, right? Electromagnetism, gravity, weak force, strong force. But so money comes to which one of those forces? It comes to the electromagnetic field spectrum. It comes to energy and magnetism, electricity. So money is energy at its core component. So that's what we have to understand. Now let's move up to what is energy? So here's how it works now. Now we are living in what? Very technological age. Maybe 100 years ago, we had physical money, the physical dollar. Now we're moving away from that. Money now is current. It's currency. It's traveling. It's what? It's invisible now. It's in your bank account. It's on your app. It's in your digital wallet. Many of us don't carry hard cash anymore. We have these transactions now that are going through these institutions or these financial institutions. So money is what now? Money is in your head. When you think of money, where do you think of it? In your mind's eye, in your head. You see your bank account in your mind, it's in your head. When you see images of money, it's in your head. So money is invisible. It's an energy. So the law of money is this. Whatever you see in your mind's eye or in your head, that's what you will get and create with money, with more money. So understand this, that what I'm saying to you is very simple, that you have to change your thinking, your perception of money to now see money as this invisible thing, and you create it and perpetuate it and attract it by what you see in your mind's eye. So for example, if you start to see in your mind's eye an image or a digital image in your mind's eye of your bank account with the dollars of money, and then you start to see money around you, and you start to see that you're valuable and you're receiving money, guess what? Money will come to you. Wait a minute, this makes no sense. You're telling me all I gotta do is just think of money in my head and it will come to me? Yes, but not quite that simple. What I mean is this. If you think about this, the things that I see in my head and the things that I see in my actual reality are one and the same according to quantum physics. Money is no different. So if I consistently see money in my mind's eye, in transactions, in my bank account, having money, things coming in, businesses, what I'd love to do, then that has to show up in my physical reality. There's no doubt about it. See that? That's the law of money. So the key component, the key point I want you to understand is this. Money is invisible. Money is what you see in your mind's eye. It is your own perception. It's your interpretation. You give it value. So when you see money in the mind's eye, that's when it will come towards you. Now, because that goes into what? Remember I said everything has to work with 4 forces, right? So we talked about the first fundamental force, which is electromagnetism, right? So money, energy, attract. And then now money must come to you with the second force, which we'd call gravity. Gravity always pulls things towards us. Gravity works with magnetism. It's part of the force. So when you're thinking or you've seen images of money and you've seen, the digital currency now, because that's where we're living in a digital age now, it makes it much more easier because now that energy is coming through you. Look, you gotta remember this, that right now as I am talking to you and where you're at, you are practically billionaires and trillionaires right now. Yeah, digital currencies are flowing right through your body in the form of electromagnetic wave, bank transfers, electronic funds, internet. Everything's around you. It's transferring trillions of different currencies right now. And your brain is picking up these receiving images or messages or electromagnetic signatures. So this isn't far-fetched. So the law of money is this. This is how you got to look at money now. This is the new way and change in a radical way to bring more money into your life. You have to see money for what it truly is, in an energy form, right? And it's in the mind's eye, and the currency is what you see in your head. And if you see it in your bank account, it must show up in your physical bank account. That's it. Now, the question is, all right, okay, I see your point. Makes sense now. So how is it going to show up in my physical bank account? So do I have to just sit home and do nothing and then I'll just get money coming into me? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you have a passion or a purpose, or you want to create an income, you want to have more money, then you have to have the intention, right? You have to know, okay, what do I want? How do I see my life? Then you put the images of the money in the mind. Then that's when it will come to you. See that? Now, it can also work this way as well. You can be someone who may not have money, but if you visualize and you see money in your mind's eye and you see it in your bank account, then yes, technically it can manifest to you in that way as well, because it all works by your subconscious mind. It's not working by your intellectual mind, because your intellectual mind will say, well, you got to go do something, you got to work, you got to do this. And yes, but the point I'm showing you here is that how powerful the mind's eye is when it's contracting or creating something from an invisible form, and money takes that form because it's something we create, but we create it from an invisible form. So that's what the law of money is. So money must reside in the mind, and if you see money in the mind's eye, you will see money in the physical eye. Mind's eye, it goes in the mind's eye, then it goes into your physical eye where you can hold it, touch it in digital currencies. Now this is very important because think about this. Many of us now, we have digital stuff, our bank cards, our phones, we have these apps, we exchange funds. We don't see the physical dollar anymore. So that's where we're leading to, and that's what it is. It's all digital currency. So now that is so much easier to create now and manifest because you can easily see images in your mind's eye. You can see a bank account, you can see the dollars, you can see the funds, even the physical money, you see it in your mind's eye. The physical dollar, it has to be portrayed in the mind's eye. So the law of money states this. This is what the law of money basically is that you understand that money is invisible. It is energy. You understand that you can create it and attract it by seeing a value of it in the mind's eye. You understand that you put an intention behind it and then it will come to you. You understand that you have some purpose, some passion, or a dream, a goal, or something you want to achieve. Then you add that in and see the value of the money, and then the money must come to you according to those 4 fundamental forces of the universe. There you have it. That's the law of money.